I want to give a quick tutorial on this quiz for this week. It has to do with adding the note values together to get an answer. So the first thing you're going to do is look at this chart. And I know you've all seen this chart before. Whole note or a whole rest receives 4 beats. A quarter note or a quarter rest receives 1 beat. A half note or a half rest receives 2 beats. And an eighth note or an eighth rest receives 1/2 beat. And of course, a dotted half note equals 3 beats. Now this chart is really important to answer each question. Refer to this chart if you're not sure. So let's go through some examples. Number 1, it says select the correct note or rest that answer the addition problem below. Well, the addition problem is always going to be below the answers. So right here, this says image for question 1. So you use this image to answer question 1. So, image for question 1. A quarter note plus a quarter note equals what? Well, if we go back up here to our chart, a quarter note gets 1 beat. So, 1 beat plus 1 beat equals 2 beats. That's exactly right. Now we need to look up here to see which note gets 2 beats. Well, if you're not sure, you can refer back over here to your chart. Half note gets 2 beats. So let's find a half note. There it is. So that's the option you would, that's where you would pick right there. Option 2. Okay? All right. So let's go to the next one. It says select the correct notes or rest that answer the addition problem below. So let's look at the addition problem. A half note plus a half note. Well, let's see what a half note gets. I think we just answered that, didn't we? A half note gets 2 beats. So we go back down here again. 2 beats plus 2 beats equals 4 beats. That's right. So let's find a note up here that equals 4 beats. So we look up here. I think you all probably know the answer, but in case you don't, go back up to your chart. There you go. Whole note equals 4 beats. So let's go back to question 2. There's my whole note. So that would be the correct answer. So you do the same process throughout here. Okay, let's do one more together. And I'm going to let you do the rest of them. Select the correct note rest that answer the addition problem below. So let's look down here. Okay, we've got paired eighth notes and we've got a quarter note. So let's go back up here. First of all, let's find an eighth note. An eighth note gets 1/2 a beat. So we go back down here and we say, okay, there's a 1/2 a beat and there's a 1/2 a beat. So 2 halves equal what? 1. That's correct. So this is 1 beat plus 1 beat. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. So again, we find which note or rest equals 2 beats. Okay? I think we've already found out that the half note receives 2 beats. So that would be your correct answer. All right, let's go ahead. Number 4. Let's look at our problem here. It says a quarter rest plus a quarter note equals, well, let's look back up here at our chart if we need to. A quarter rest equals 1 beat. A quarter note equals 1 beat. So we go back here and we replace those values in there. 1 beat plus 1 beat equals 2 beats. Now let's look up here and find a symbol that works for 2 beats. An eighth note we know already gets a 1/2 beat. The whole note gets 4 beats. And the dotted half note, I'm not sure. And what is this symbol? I don't know. Let's go back up here and look. Look, it looks like a little hat. So let's go back up here and look at our chart. What looks like it? Okay, this looks like the hat. Oh, that's a half rest, which gets 2 beats. The dotted half note gets 3 beats. So we already said we need 2 beats in that problem. So there it is, 2 beats. So let's go back down here and look at it again. Quarter rest, which gets 1 beat, plus a quarter note, which gets 1 beat, equals 2 beats. So find something that has 2 beats. The half rest has 2 beats. So your correct answer would be number 3. Now I'm going to let you guys do the rest of them. There are 10 questions on here. If you will refer back to this chart up here at the top each time, you won't miss any of the questions. But you have to refer to this, okay? Refer to this chart for each question. Okay, guys, I expect everybody to make 100 on this test. Good luck.